You an angel, baby!
What's up everyone, it's Edo here. Today we are kicking off with the second character for Season 3 for Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. We are going to take a look at the long-awaited Duck King. I will be covering his moveset, showcasing gameplay matches, and giving my overall review of the character towards the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. Huge thank you to SNK for providing me with early access to the character, and if you want to see more fighting game content on his channel, please consider hitting that like button and that subscribe button. And without further ado, if you guys are ready, let's go ahead and jump into the video. Alright everyone, so we have Duck King and City of the Wolves right here in the training mode, and you know how we do things. First, before we jump into the moveset, we gotta go ahead and talk about his animations and his model. His model and animations look so fire. Like, literally just looking at him jumping right now, every animation that he's doing right now is just so smooth looking. You see he dances still, and his walk animation, it's so cool. Like, he is literally just jamming. He's grooving while he's moving around. And I feel like this is SNK's like motion capture at work. And if it is, this looks incredible. Like, his movement looks great. So I definitely love how he looks in the game. I love his movement. It's so cool to see. For his movement, now he has a dash. So this is what the dash looks like. So that's forward dash, and then his back dash, he doesn't have a normal back dash. He kind of just walks away. And yeah, so it's going to be kind of crazy to like maneuver with this character. He's definitely still a wacky character. It has a lot of cool things to maneuver around on the screen, but yeah, he doesn't have a normal back dash like everybody else in the game. So I know this might take some time for you guys to get used to, but this is also a command move as well for him, so he can definitely just walk away from the opponent. He doesn't have a normal backdash, so keep that in mind when you're playing him when he releases this month. But yeah, he has a dash, which is pretty cool, and he's pretty fast. He gets around the screen pretty well, and yeah, it's pretty cool. So he is a dash character, not a run character. Alright, so now that was his movement, we are going to go ahead and jump into his normals now. So starting off with his far buttons, we have far light punch. And then we have crouching light punch. Which he's kind of doing like, he's kind of like pointing at you, which is pretty cool. He has a lot of goofy animations, I like it. And then we have stand light kick. Goofy stand light kick, it's pretty cool. Then crouching light kick. And he's pointing at the screen. And then we got his heavy button, so we have far heavy punch, which moves him forward. And it's nice to have. Good whip punch button. And then we have crouching heavy punch. Does a headbutt. And then we have stand heavy kick, so far heavy kick. And sweep. So those are his far buttons. Let's go ahead and jump into his jump buttons. So we have jump light punch, jump light kick, and just like everybody's jump light kick in the game, it is a cross up button. So this is what it looks like when you cross up with it, and it hits pretty deep. So it's a pretty good button. If I can land it again, yeah. So that is his cross up button, and then we have jump heavy punch. And this button is so goofy. This normal reminds me of Goku in Dragon Ball, where he's like trying to call Nimbus. I have a picture on the screen, but he's kind of posing like it. It is so funny. I really love how goofy this looks. And this button does not cross up, so keep that in mind when you're using this button. You have to hit it right in front of the opponent. So that is his jump heavy punch. And then we have jump heavy kick, which is also pretty cool. Okay, so now we can go ahead and jump into his close button. So let's go ahead and start off with close light punch. Does an elbow attack. And then close light kick. Close heavy punch. And you can feint cancel and special cancel off this button here, which is nice to have. And then we have for last close heavy kick, 2 hitting normal, and you can also feint cancel off of this, and you can special cancel. So yeah. Okay, so those are all of Duck King's normals. We can go ahead and jump into his command moves. So starting off first, we're going to go ahead and jump into his slide move, which is forward heavy kick while dashing forward. And this is what it looks like. So Duck King did have something like this in Older Fader Fury, and he still keeps it in this game. And this is going to be your main tool to use in the full screen and mid range to get in on your opponent. And this move here is a low, so beware in the full screen. If you're throwing fireballs or you're basically walking back and forth, he can literally tag your feet if you're not protecting it. So it's definitely a very good move to use to basically just skim neutral and just tag your opponent's feet. So it's definitely very good. He does have a follow-up off of this in hype mode, which I will explain later on in the video. But in hype mode, if you press forward heavy kick again, he does have a follow-up ender off of this into a soft knockdown, which is very good. So definitely a very good move to use. I definitely recommend using this. And yeah, it's one of the main tools to use to have Duck King get in and start offense. So definitely recommend using it. For the next move within his command moves, he does have another slide, which is for a light kick. And this is his same slide, but it is not a low. It is actually a fake out slide. So it crosses up the opponent. And, you know, if you feel like mixing up your opponent thinking that the actual low is coming, you can always go into forward light kick and cross up your opponent, and you can throw after, or you can choose to pressure. So this is also a very good move to just trick your opponent in thinking, okay, I'm fully going to commit to the low, but it's actually the fake out. You also don't have to worry if you're fighting Duck King, because if you feel like the fake out is coming, you can punish Duck King for crossing up. So that is another key thing to take note when you're fighting this character as well, is that if the Duck King player is being too reliant on the cross up, you can't hit him out of it or throw him out of it. So definitely a good move to use, but just don't be too reliant on it at all times. Always mix up your options. The last couple of command moves in his kit is his backdash, which I showed earlier, where he does a walk away. He doesn't have a normal backdash like everybody else in the game, but you can also hold back to walk a little bit further. And he does have an attack out of this move. So if you tap heavy kick, he does like a little funny back kick. And if your opponent is trying to chase you down and trying to throw you, you know, you can always use this move to stop them from trying to chase you. So it's definitely cool. I haven't really found good use of this move yet, but I do find it funny that they gave him something like this. So I'm sure you guys will come up with some cool and funny scenarios with this move here, but it's definitely cool that he has this funny move. So it's pretty cool. Alright, so I think I talked enough about Duck King's normals. I can finally jump into his hype mode, which is his install state. So I know I hinted at this earlier, and I'm going to explain what this install state gives Duck King, because you're going to need this for the rest of his specials when I explain them later. Alright, so install state, his hype mode is only when he spends EX moves, and you mainly want to be at the 25-30% range to go into install state. So I'm going to put him at least 40%, because it gives me enough time to showcase what he can do. So he's at 40% rev gauge right now, right? If you see the pixelated like blue and yellow effects on his feet, he's in hype mode already. And this changes his walk animation. This changes his forward walk animation. It changes a lot of things that he can do. And it gives you that notification that, hey, he's he's hyped up. He can do a lot more crazy stuff than his kit. So this state here gives him extra follow-ups off of his specials and his command normals. So the slide that I showed you earlier, the low, him having the follow-up, he can only get this off of hype mode. If I don't have hype mode or any rev gauge, I can't go into the follow-up. So I can only just do that one little slide and not the follow-up. So that's definitely like an example of why you want to stay in hype mode, because you can get extra damage and extra follow-ups off of moves and more combo properties. So that is basically what hype mode is for Duck King. It's definitely a cool install state that they gave him in this game, and I look forward to seeing what you guys come up with when you're in this install state. It's very cool to mess around with. Okay, so now we can finally jump into the specials, and starting off with the first special, we have Quarter Circle Forward Light Punch, and this is Duck King's ball attack, which I'm just going to call it Blanca Ball because that's what it looks like. But it's pretty cool, and this is mainly going to be used in combos as well as your poking tool in neutral. It's another way for Duck King to get in and just annoy the opponent. And yeah, it's a pretty cool attack to use in the mid range. And for the heavy version, it is a multi-hitting move that can also be used to annoy the opponent. And the cool thing about the heavy version is that you can break it. So this is what it looks like when you break the attack. And he does like a little cool pose at the end, which is sick. And the heavy version is mainly used to bait out opponent's DPs or just call out certain things in the neutral game. So say if your opponent is just staying back 24/7 and just waiting to DP this move, literally, I can break it and bait out DPs and get a nice punish. So if I do something like this, I can get a counter hit into big damage. So keep that in mind, that the light version is mainly good for poking, while the heavy version is mainly good to use to bait out certain attacks in the mid range. And for the EX move, is your combo tool, so you can do basically whatever you want from here. And I love that he has a scream at the end of it too. It's pretty cool. So you mainly want to use this for combos, so you can do something like this into whatever you want, which is pretty sick. The EX version also has a follow-up, which is for heavy punch. So this is what it looks like when you do the follow-up. And it's only available in hype mode. And the follow-up version of this gives you extra properties to go into downward ball for extra combo filler. So you can do something like this into that. So it's pretty cool. So keep that in mind, that the light version again is for poking. The heavy version is mainly to bait out certain things in neutral, and the EX version is good for combo filler. So definitely a good move to use, and I recommend using it for all of these reasons with Duck King. For the next move in Duck King's kit, it is Air Downwards Ball, which is in the air, quarter circle forward, light punch, and heavy punch. And this is what it looks like when you're using air ball. And it still keeps the same properties, so the light version is good to poke, and it brings them back into the mid range. Meanwhile, for the heavy version, it's also good to poke, and it brings them closer to the opponent. So if you hit this on the opponent, you're in range for a throw situation, which is pretty nice. And for the EX version, it's mainly combo filler, just like the ground version. So if you land the EX version in the air, you can also go into for heavy punch, which is his follow-up off of this move here in hype mode. And you can go into other EX follow-ups for more combo opportunities. So yeah, definitely keep that in mind, that the air version is just like the grounded version, is good for poking. And the EX version also has a follow-up just like the grounded version as well. Going on to the next move, we have Duck King's DP, which is DP light kick and heavy kick. And this is Duck King's DP that is good to use for anti-airing. So if my opponent is in the air trying to basically jump in on me, I can literally use the light version to anti-air them. And it is also invul on startup, so I can use this to wake up with it as well. So the light version is good for anti-airing and trying to use it as a wake up option, which is a pretty cool DP, by the way. I love the animations on it. And then the heavy version has a bit longer startup, but you can break the heavy version of the DP, and this is what it looks like when you break it. So it does not let the animation rock all the way. It stops halfway. And this is pretty good to use in combos as well as pressure. So if I use it as pressure, I can break the DP and be safe. And if I use it in combos, I can break and go into whatever I want. So yeah, the heavy version is good to use in combos and pressure. Meanwhile, for the EX version, it's good to mainly use in combos where I can EX cancel off into air ball or into whatever I want. So I can choose to do EXDP into air ball, or I can choose to break the EX version to go into whatever special or super I want from here, which is pretty sick. So yeah, that's his standard DP. It's just a normal DP, good to catch people in the air, and is good for combo filler. For the next move, we have quarter circle back, light kick, and heavy kick, and this is Duck King's lunge attack that Duck King has always had, and it's pretty cool. I really love how it's animated, and this move is mainly good to use in the mid range. It's another neutral skip option that could maybe leave Duck King plus on block in certain ranges. So if I am at this range here and I use the light version, I can be +2 on block, so I have enough time to throw out a jab if Marco tries to take his turn back. Oh, wrong range. Right there. See? So if I'm at certain ranges, I can be plus enough to take my turn back and continue pressure. And if you're up close, if you're very up close, you will be negative and you can get punished. So I will highlight that right now. So if I'm really up close, I can get punished and 2 big damage. So the light version is mainly good to throw out in the mid range for extra plus frames in certain ranges. Meanwhile, for the heavy version, has longer startup, and you mainly want to use this for combo enders. So I can showcase like a combo ender right here. So if I do DP break into EX DP break into this, you mainly want to use that for, you know, your combo ender, which is pretty cool. So yeah, the EX version also gives extra height juggle properties into more EX chain combos. So this is mainly going to be your overall combo filler tool to use. So keep that in mind when you're playing Duck King. It's definitely a good move to have within his kit for more combo opportunities. For the last move in Duck King's kit is his quarter circle back, light punch, and heavy punch. And this is a 2-hitting Rekka starter. So Duck King has a Rekka. He's going to be more scary on block. And you can start this Rekka off of your light buttons and heavy buttons. So if you can do this into whatever you want. And he has multiple follow-ups off of his Rekka. So I'll get into it right now. So if you do quarter circle back, light punch or heavy punch into for light punch, he does a multi-series of punches which are mids, and this is mainly used in combos. And then for the other follow-up, he has 4 heavy punch, which is a nice overhead in the middle of his Rekka, which can catch people crouching if they're crouching too much and, you know, they're respecting you too much. You can throw this out if they're crouching too much, which is nice to have. And then for his other follow-ups, he has for a light kick off of this Rekka, which is a throw, and it switches sides and is very scary to use on block. So this is nice to have in his kit. And then for the last follow-up off of his normal Rekka is for a heavy kick, and this is a low follow-up in the middle of his Rekka. So you're going to be guessing for game when he touches you on block. He has so many follow-ups, which is insane. And I'm not done there. He has a lot more other follow-ups and hype mode, which I was saying earlier about this installed state, that can be used in combos as well in pressure. So I'll get into that right now as well and try to break it down the best way I can. So let's go ahead and give Duck King some meter. I'm going to give him at least maybe 60% because I need time to explain this. Okay, so for the 4 light punch follow-up, we have another follow-up which is for a light punch. And he does one more ender, which is a nice punch follow-up ender to end in combos. So if I use this in combos, right, I'm going to take Marco off a block. It's a nice little follow-up to get a soft knockdown, and I definitely recommend using this follow-up. It's Really nothing too special, just you mainly want to use the light punch follow-ups off of combos. Meanwhile, for the overhead version, which is for heavy punch, if you press forward heavy punch again, he does another follow-up, and it goes into kind of like a butt slam, like a butt attack, and it also gives you a soft knockdown. So if I have Marco crouching, I can get a soft knockdown and continue pressure from here. And for the heavy kick version, I can continue the follow up with forward heavy kick again into corner carry, which is pretty cool, and it's funny. Like I really love how how this move looks. Like he's literally headbutting your kneecaps into a kick at the end. It's so funny. So those are mainly all his follow-ups off of his Rekkas, and of course you do have these follow-ups and your EX versions, which I'll show right now. So if I use the EX version of these moves, you can basically cash out and get damage and get more combo opportunities. If I do the overhead version off of EX, I can cancel into another EX move and cash out for damage. If I use the low follow-up, I can also cancel the EX version into another EX move to get damage. Like he has endless possibilities and options to mix you up on block and cash out for damage, and I think this is going to be, or the most part, that's going to be scary for Duck King and like you fighting him. Like he is equipped with a lot of tools. He's so much fun, and I think a lot of you guys are going to enjoy exploring his Rekkas because they're insanely good. So I definitely recommend using his Rekkas a lot in pressure. Alright, so now that we finished with his specials, we can jump into his Red Blow, which he has two, just like everybody else in City of the Wolves. He has a ground and an air, and for his ground Red Blow, this is what it looks like, and it's 25 frame startup, and I really love the effects on it. I love how it has the star, it has the pose, it had the extra color for the extra splash and pop effect to it. Like SNK, I'll pause it. Look at him. SNK gave him so much love, and I love the callbacks to different moves and poses from back in the day. It's so freaking cool. I love it. It's so cool, man. So that's his ground Red Blow. We got his air Red Blow, which is kind of like a flip dive kick, I guess you can say, which is pretty cool. And if you land it, he goes into a split, which is pretty sick. So those are his Red Blows. Definitely good to use within combos and just throw off in a neutral game and throw these out if you have rev meter available. So yeah, for his supers, he has two supers. So we have double quarter circle for light punch, and this is a command grab. And I love how stylish this looks. I love the effects on it. I love the energy that Duck King gives off within the super here. It's amazing. I'm gonna replay this again. Very sick. And you cannot combo this, so you cannot combo the command grab. If you try to combo it, it will whiff, so you mainly want to sneak this in and pressure if your opponent is respecting you too much. So you can do something like this and to dash up command grab. And it's also invul, so this is also a good move to use on wake up if your opponent is being too predictable on their pressure. So you can definitely sneak this in within an opponent's pressure or just wake up with it. For the heavy version, we have double quarter circle for heavy punch, and it's a bit more damage and a bit more effects, and I love the effects on it. And I'm just going to replay it again. It's very cool. It's pretty cool. So sick. I love it. So those are his punch supers. We can jump into his kick supers, which is double quarter circle for light kick. Yeah. So it's not all within this super here. I know y'all are probably wondering, well, that's a whack super. Nah, he has a rhythm time based game to this super. So if you time it right to each hit, you get more damage and more follow-ups into the super. So I'm gonna try my best to time every hit right to showcase the full super. So this is what it looks like when you mess up. He does like a little slap to himself and it says bad because it lets you know that you did not get the super right. But this is what it looks like when you try to time the super correctly. I'm gonna try my best to show it. If I mess up, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna try my best to showcase what it fully looks like. That's what it looks like. So if you time each hit correctly to the beat, you will get that super for the damage and as a really good combo ender if you end it off into the super. So that is the light version of the super. The heavy version, double quarter circle forward, heavy kick. Same thing. If you mess up on it, you'll get that animation. But if you time it correctly, hopefully I can get this right because it is a different timing to the heavy version. It will look like something like this. I apologize if I mess up in advance. Let's go. Let's go. That's what it looks like. So yeah, if you time it correctly, that's the full super. And I find it amazing that SNK has given us like a character with a rhythm like game to it within the super. It's like I love everything about it. And I look forward to seeing you guys try this out and just playing him and see how he overall feels within the game and see what y'all can do with him. I know a lot of you guys are going to enjoy this character in this game. He's amazing. So yeah, those are both his supers. You cannot break any of his supers. You have to fully commit. So keep that in mind when you're playing Duck King. And finally, we can jump into his hitting gear, which is double quarter circle forward, rev button. And this is what it looks like. Go into the split. Spin on him, spin-a-rooney. It's pretty freaking cool, man. SNK cooked with this character. I love everything about this character. He's so fun. I'm gonna replay the hitting gear again. They cooked with every character's hitting gear that's been released so far. Like I keep saying, this is my favorite hitting gear. This is my favorite hitting gear. Every early access, they just keep improving each super, and it's amazing. I love the camera angle on this. I love the crowd noises in the back. It's so cool. So yeah, that's his hitting gear, and that was his overall moveset in City of the Wolves. So yeah, that was Duck King. I hope you guys enjoyed the moveset breakdown. Yeah, I think the only thing left for me to do is to showcase some gameplay matches. So let's go ahead and transition to that and showcase what I've been working on with Duck King. Let's go. All right, y'all. So we're here with the CPU fights, and we're going to do this first of two with Preacher, and I'm gonna try my best to showcase some Duck King. I normally don't play characters like this, like the goofy characters, but I'm gonna try my best. Look at the dance move. Look at the duck. Ugh. Look at the duck. Sorry, Preacher. I love you, but you know, you gotta get danced on. All right, Blanca ball. Please. All right, my fault. My fault. Start some ruckus here. Okay, big wild punish there. Okay. What we got? Boom. I try to get a cross up there. Sorry. Start some ruckus here. Sit down. Start some combos. Go into super. Let's go. We got it. I try to go into a low dodge. Okay. Nice. Let's go. We're looking good. Oh, his animations are so stylish. Oh man, I feel like that's gonna be my new main, y'all. I really enjoy how he feels in this game. And I normally don't play characters like this. Like, I've always thought Duck King was cool, but like, I never really tried him in old Fatal Fury. In this game, like, might be the first Fatal Fury game I might play him. Okay, pre-show, what we doing? Boom, boom. Keep it simple. Get the follow up. Oh, call out my low dodge. Okay. Okay, my fault. Dash up. Where are you going? No. Don't jump. All right, we're looking good. And look at the moves. Look at the moves. Look at him go. Oh, I love this character. This character is so much fun. Let's go ahead and do one more. I'm gonna try my best to showcase some more like combos, or at least try to get a hearing gear if I get beaten that bad. But we're gonna try to showcase some stuff. It might be hard to showcase the overhead stuff because I am fighting the CPU, but we're gonna try to stick with the minimum thing as possible. All right, you're doing too much, preacher. Sit down. Ooh, okay, the back dash. What we got? Keep it simple going to DP there. I am burnt out. I am overheated. Woo. Good throw. Okay. Command grab. Come here. Dance on him, Duck King. Angel, baby. Okay. Alright. My mission was complete. I showed at least 1 or 2 supers. I'm not going to get the hand gear, sadly. Let's go low this time. Boom. Boom. Ah. They get my other input. It's okay. I love this normal. Okay, we mashing. Can we style it? Woo! It's a bad super. This character's so much fun, man. I love it. I hope y'all enjoy that. I know a lot of you guys are going to enjoy this character when he releases this month. He's so stylish. He's so much fun. I love this new version of Duck King, and I know you guys will too. Overall, that was Duck King and City of the Wolves. And yeah, I think it's about time we go ahead and transition into the review for this character. Let's go ahead and jump into that. Let's go. Finally, we are here with my review of Duck King and City of the Wolves. And to be honest with you, I really love everything that Duck King has to offer in this game. He's officially our first character who mainly focuses on Rekkas, and from messing with him, he feels overall fun. He has a good amount to explore with the different options he can choose to mix up the opponent, having good options to go high or low in the middle of Rekkas, while also having a throw option always to keep the opponent on their toes. Once this character touches you on block, Duck King gets going, and it's hard to get him off. His overall movement feels great, and I think all Duck King fans will enjoy this new and improved version of him in City of the Wolves. He is still an unorthodox fighter with acrobatic maneuvers and breakdancing, and not to mention, he is probably one of the best characters in the game with amazing animations. From moving and standing still to see his idle poses, he is equipped with a lot of great dance moves and cool animations. I feel like this is SNK's motion capture at work, and if it is, SNK did an amazing job on him. And seeing this, it makes me excited to see more of this in the future. For Duck King's character, he retains his friendly and charismatic personality from the early Fatal Fury, and he has many cool and awesome interactions with other characters within the roster, showing kindness and being friendly towards our past heroes from the early era of Fatal Fury. When Duck King releases, you will 100% enjoy this character and other aspects of him. And the more I look at his interactions with other characters, as well as his animations, the more I get excited to check out what's Duck King's purpose in a new era of Fatal Fury, now that the new generation is here. Overall, SNK cooked up another installment for City of the Wolves, and for my final score for Duck King, I would give him a 8.5 out of 10. Well done, SNK. Now I want to know your thoughts. How are we feeling about Duck King? Let me know in the comments. Huge thank you to SNK for providing me with early access to cover on the channel, and if you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting that like button and that subscribe button for more fighting game content. And until next time, it is your boy Edo. Take it easy, stay safe. See you guys next time. Peace out.